This is awesome. Such a great group to be part of this morning. Good morning, everyone, and thanks to Holly, Jim, and the entire Chamber team for having me this morning to talk about the Switchback. Ironically, many of you know my wife, Lindsay, and she worked for the Chamber about a decade ago. She was in charge of programming Good Morning Slow, so much like the used gear that we sell at the Switchback, this is a truly full circle moment for us. And I don't want to spend much time on this. I'm not here to talk about our parent store, the Mountain Air, but I do want to say that without the Mountain Air, the Switchback would not exist. So since 1975, the Mountain Air has had the honor of serving San Luis Obispo, now fitting all of you for all of your adventure needs, big and small. This privilege is never taken for granted. So when Lindsay and I bought the Mountain Air from founder Wayne Patterson in 2020, excuse me, we began to brainstorm ideas of how we could expand our business while creating more opportunities in our community to access the outdoors. We kept coming back to the same idea, used gear. Like all of us though, we were busy with business and 3 boys, it was hard to take the leap. But when the tanning salon 2 doors down, moved across town, we felt the time was right. So the Switchback was born in August of 2023. Resale is not a new concept in our industry, and it's one that helps achieve collective goals around greater access and sustainability. Fortunately for us, we didn't have to reinvent the wheel. Big outdoor brands that many of you know, like Patagonia, Arc'teryx, and even REI, have their own versions of resale, which they offer mostly online to their customers. We also tapped a couple independent outdoor retailers around the country that we have relationships with who've successfully integrated the used gear component into their current brick and mortar model. And even locally, and this was the fun part, we looked at stores around San Luis Obispo like Boo Records, Finders Keepers, CCS, Central Coast Airports, Calico, and if you're a big Lego fan like our boys, even Bricks and Minifigs, all of these stores offer some version of resale, so check them out too. The cool thing is, all of the businesses we looked at offer a slightly different model, so we used them as inspiration. We were kind of able to take what we liked and didn't like. We created our own recipe, which is nothing online in the Switchback, in-store only, no consignment, a completely transparent process, and affordable prices. We offer store credit or cash on the spot for your used gear because we feel like this presents the best opportunity to get good gear back in circulation as quickly as possible. Our buybacks hit the floor the next day. We have a lot of customers that already know that. And everything you buy at the Switchback is clean, fully functional, and ready to rock for your next adventure. It's hard to imagine a more perfectly suited industry for re-commerce than the outdoor retail industry. Tom Levitz probably knows this. The products that we sell are built to last. They're durable, reliable, and purpose-driven. Our gear keeps us warm, it keeps us dry, and it protects us from the elements. It carries us up mountains, through valleys, down ski slopes, and fuels us for long miles on trails. And we're often connected to our favorite pieces of gear, whether it's a jacket, a backpack, a camp stove, like a faithful and trusty companion. This gear has been with us. It's had a front row view for our highs, maybe some lows, but regardless, it's always ready for the next adventure. With that said, there are some challenges that quality gear presents. First, our gear often outlasts us because as we grow and change in life, so do our adventures and so do our needs. And the second, good gear is not cheap. It's not always accessible. So one of our goals at the Switchback is to increase access to the outdoors. We want it to be a shop where both quality and affordability reign supreme, a place where you can take a risk on a new hobby without breaking the bank. Our prices in both buying and selling reflect that. To us, access can also be a lot more. It's more than just affordability. It's about exposure and it's about experience. If you've never been on a hike, knowing how to navigate a trail system or what kind of footwear to use can be really intimidating. And the same goes for rock climbing, snow sports, and just about anything outside of your comfort zone. So even more important than the quality of our products is the quality of our team. We work with intention every day to create an environment where people can ask questions, plan trips, and try new things without feeling inadequate. Our team is motivated, experienced, and engaged to meet the needs of our diverse customer base. At the Switchback, we love selling gear as much as we love buying it back. And one of the coolest parts of the buybacks at the Switchback is offering customers a chance to write a note for the prospective new owner of their gear. For example, and this one's recent, this Patagonia jacket will be on its 3rd owner. It's seen adventures in Yosemite and camping in Big Sur. And I also love that during our buyback process, we really get a chance to talk with customers, we get to spend time time with them, we look at their gear, we hear their stories about their gear, we understand why they're selling it back. A good example of this, we recently bought back an old Kelty backpack. Kelty's a long time old name in backpacking. They've been around for decades. And we bought back a Kelty backpack that a customer had and purchased actually at the Mountaineer over 30 years ago. It was in great shape, and she explained that she simply was no longer using it. Her backpacking days were well behind her, but she did have one request that go to a good owner who would still use the pack, could still use the pack, and she was really connected to this piece of gear. Within a week, the old pack had a new home with a backpacker in his mid-20s. So that was very cool. I'll end by saying this. For those of you who've ever hiked switchbacks on a trail, you know they're not the most direct route, but you're almost always thankful for them in the end. Much like the used gear that we sell, which is taking its time and its turns to get to a new customer, the switchback makes the journey worth it.